220 APs, looking like Weezy. Haven't seen
Cleveland, shot I'm bleeding. What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back to the 1 a.m. podcast. Fellas, man, y'all went mini viral last episode, man. How y'all feeling about it? What the people had to say, everything like that.
We can't hear you, Jelani.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Say something again.
Yeah. I'm saying, did we go mini viral on the podcast?
A little viral, a little love on the pod, man. For
all them K-bots.
Wait, so let me. Is this on your personal channel?
Yeah. I uploaded a segment talking about Kendrick going to Toronto. I'll pull it up right now.
Yeah, they're talking about blazing, man.
Can't let the K-bots get to you.
Word around town. You cross Chicken Nation, guaranteed to go.
No, that's crazy. I didn't even know we was
220 APs. You looking like me. Dude glazing extra hard for Drake. Let it go. I see what you mean. You mean Kendrick. That man obsessed with Drake at this point. The new Kanye probably got a mural at this point. For now, call him Kanye. You heard from me first. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
I would like to see the podcast after the show and see if he thinks that he's not bothered. You ain't see no recap after the shows. Nobody wants to keep the same energy when he went back to back and was out. Now everybody want to rush it to be over and try to downplay it like he got hurt. Kendrick greater than Drake. Drake better than Kendrick. LOL.
Yeah, we about to start another episode with a 40-minute Drake versus Kendrick debate. If you guys are ready.
No, I literally do not have it in me. If anything, it's just responding to the comment because they were asking for it, man. The people wanted to know.
I mean, I didn't see nothing that showed Drake being bothered by it. I know some people may say that him canceling the stream with Kai, but at the same time they were saying he was bothered because he was doing the stream with Kai. So I don't know. I mean, I do agree. Like I get that's why I think I said it in the last episode that I do feel you that, you know, with him being strategic, you know, he is. I mean, realistically, he probably is still bothered. You know, I'll admit that. I guess he is still bothered. But at the same time, I don't think it's to the level that I feel some Kendrick fans make it. So, but, I mean, you know, I feel them. Hey, I think it was interesting seeing the show because, you know, everybody was so excited to see, like, oh, how is Toronto going to respond with when he performed Not Like Us. But I think realistically, you're not going to pay $100+ to go hate on this man. So everybody that was in that building wanted to see him perform. And I think it's like you even got some people who probably came from out of town to come see it because they think, oh, he probably finna do even more. So I guess it's interesting. Like I didn't expect it to be like where everybody finna be in there hating on him because, like as I said, they're not paying $100+ to come in there to just hate on the man. And I think, you know, realistically, people are enjoying the moment. You know, it's a moment of like, shoot, I get to see Kendrick perform this song, and you know, and get to be a part of this while it's still happening. So, yeah, but. I don't know. I don't have much to say after the shows happen because nothing really happened for real. I mean, Kendrick definitely, you know, felt the pressure in the city. That boy had to roll like the president. I don't know if that's how he usually roll around, but his security was definitely turned up a level. So I mean, you know. I don't know. Maybe he is scared of the 6. You feel me? But hey, it is what it is.
Listen, for the people listening at home, that's like, you know, I'm tired of the Drake and Kendrick discussions. You just gotta understand, like, it took what, like 15 years for that beef to finally happen. You know what I'm saying? Like all the build up. So it's not going nowhere as a story no time soon. It's just, you know what I mean? It's a part of everyday discourse. Every day you wake up on Twitter, you're gonna see the debates, the arguments, all that. You know what I mean?
And it's right back to the forefront now with the Clips album, you know, with Kendrick recording his verse last year. It's pretty much what he said in the Apple Music interview, where he was just like, I'm not with the fraternizing, I'm not with the like we all friends here. This is a sport, it's a competition, and that's the way I love hip hop to the core of it. But I have to say, man, I ain't gonna lie, Mo, I was with you at first of like, because when I first seen like how crazy it went the first night and then see everybody at New Ho King afterwards and stuff, I was like, okay, a bunch of people had the idea I had, because I had that idea too. I was gonna go out there for the shows and then, you know, vlog it. I was going, you know, vlog, make videos, interview people, have mad content from it. And that was kind of gonna be my big, you know, summer spending thing. I ended up choosing BET instead. I guess probably because it's in the country. I don't have to worry about, does my mom have my passport? And you know how your mom got your like birth certificate and stuff like that. I have no idea where my passport is. I think my mom has it somewhere. But yeah, I ended up going to just LA, just staying in the country and stuff like that, and going to BET instead. But a lot of people had that idea and they end up executing it. So that's what I thought at first after seeing New Ho King, everything like that. But then I started hearing like the close-ups. These are people with accents. They were singing these songs. They were saying they hate Drake. It was definitely some people outside of the arena, the stadium that was like, yo, y'all should be shaming yourselves. Like, we need to stand up in our city. We can't let him do this in our city. And then it was other people who kind of just had a mature standpoint out of it. And it was like, hey, I like Drake. I like Kendrick. I like good music. Their problems have nothing to do with me. They're two grown men that ain't got nothing to do with me. So it was like some people were just fans, but to chant one more time, specifically after the diss song, that is a statement. Like, we can't say that's nothing. That is something. And that didn't happen in any other city, bro. It didn't happen in LA when he performed it 6 times last Juneteenth. It didn't happen in Atlanta where he dedicates an entire verse to Atlanta. It didn't happen anywhere else, except for Toronto specifically. That means something. It holds some weight. We can't act like it doesn't hold any weight.
No, I agree. I mean, it does hold some weight, but I think it also goes into the fact of what I was saying, where people want to be part of the moment. You know, it's like they came out here to you want to be a part of this whole thing of, yeah, we was in Toronto and, you know, I went to the show in Toronto where he did it 2 times and stuff like that. It's part of a moment, you know, like, so I completely get it though. I mean, if I was like, I'm still a Kendrick fan, and if I was there where I wanted to go see him perform and I was in Toronto and stuff, and they all chant, like, you know, they started a one more time chant, I'm like, shoot, do it one more time. Let's see what he do the second time. Let's see, because, you know, just to be honest, because you're going to be like, hey, realistically, he ain't do nothing crazy the first go around. So it's like, you know, let's do it one more time and let's see him, like, let's see what he do now, you know? So, but I do agree, man. You know, I feel you that I guess it's somewhat of a statement, but I don't think it's like a statement where it's like, yeah, Toronto don't rock with Drake, because he's still going to sell out his city. He's still going to, like, OVO Fest is still going to go up. Let's be real.
Okay. So speaking of that, but before we move on to the next topic, I do want to show you, I ran into my boy Toby. Shout out to White Toby. Why? But yeah, hello that's his thing. But yeah. Anyways, he's from Toronto. He grew up in Toronto, but he went to high school in Gwinnett and went to Georgia State. And that's obviously where I met him, Georgia State. So I asked him straight up just about how he felt about it. And here's what he said.
All right, man. I'm here with White Toby.
Hello.
Why? How you feeling, bro?
It's popping, man. I'm feeling great. You know, got a rep in my Toronto shirt, so I'm ready to hear what you want to ask.
So it was your city.
It was my
Kendrick
city.
came to your city, and he's saying they're not like us, meaning Torontoans.
And they were
And they
celebrating
were
that.
singing, and they said, "One more time."
It's-
How did you feel, man?
I ain't gonna lie. I actually talked about this. That was one of the first times in my life I was ashamed to be Canadian. Honestly, like, y'all let a man come diss you guys and ask for more of it. Diss the best product of our country. The only reason Toronto's relevant musically, y'all came and asked for an encore from this man, the man that's trying it. Y'all are shameless. Y'all are some meat riders. I want to use another word, but I'm gonna respect this platform. And if Drake never comes back to Toronto, I get it.
Do you
Put
still,
Toronto on ice for 2 years. I get it.
if you're Drake, do you still do OVO Fest?
No. I literally canceled OVO Fest just because of that nonsense. Like, why y'all playing with me in my city? Not one even person was booing him. I didn't hear one boo all night. That's crazy. There's no way Kendrick overran the Rogers Center like that.
And then we always talk about this, but you know, you going to high school in Atlanta, but kind of growing up in Canada.
Yeah.
You seen both of it. Do you think that Drake really like steal the sauce from Atlanta to stay relevant?
Let me tell you what Drake said, or what I agree with what Drake said on, I think, Versace's, and I kind of agree with it. Born in Toronto, but sometimes I feel like Atlanta adopted us. Like, come on, he made rap lit. He put the Migos on. As much as we want to hate on it, he put them on. They was buzzing in Georgia, Atlanta, but he made them nationwide. So you
I
can't.
can't let that go. I can't. Rashad
can't?
Miller cannot let that go.
You can't deny the Drake effect. You can't.
Bando was worldwide at the time.
Was he on the radio though? Bando wasn't on the radio though.
In Atlanta, it was popping in Atlanta.
Actually, yeah, you're right. QCP was dropping that
Yeah.
bag for Greg Street and all that. So yeah, it was on the radio. Hello, it's Toby here. I'm with What's Up with Rashad.
So yeah, that was it. That's what Toby said. That's what the man from Canada said. He said if he's Drake, he takes OVO Fest away. He just canceled it. I hear some other people say, just bring it to Houston. So you standing on keep OVO Fest in Toronto?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't move it because I think just like there's a lot of people who came for the show. There's still a lot of people that want to show love. So I think still put on for your city. So like, and I get them, you know. But that's why I say I feel like there's a lot of people who just like when everything was going down, you got people. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like even as a Drake fan, when last summer when Not Like Us would come on at a function, bro, I'm in that guy. Like I was turned, like because it was the biggest moment of like it'll be the biggest moment of the function, bro. Like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, no, like no, you know, like that'd be lame, that'd be corny. But yeah, because I remember I went to the day party, and it was like rich kids have performed there, and then like not too long after they performed, bro, like it was like me, Mike, and E, and bro, like that was probably like the most lit the whole function was when Not Like Us came on, and we was all in there singing it. Like I'm not gonna lie, so it's the energy of it. You know, sometimes you want to be a part of the energy that is going down. So, and I think that's what was really going on during that time where there's a lot of people. It wasn't like they were really like, man, you know, we've been hating Drake here in Toronto. It was more of just like, yo, I'm rocking with the energy. Like I want to be a part of this right now because this is what's popping, you know. So I get it. But at the same time, to answer your question, as I said, I would keep it in Toronto. I would continue to go ahead and put on and, you know, do it for his fellow Canadians. You feel me? Bring out Shay, my bad. Bring out Shay, you know, and, you know, turn it up.
I have met Canadians, my bad, Jelani. I have met Canadians who have said they hate Drake. And because I asked them about Not Like Us, and they were like, we love it. We hate Drake. And I think it's one of those things of like people's viewpoint of an artist on a worldwide level is really the same more times than that locally than people would kind of realize, I guess. I think there's only specific examples, very specific examples. Like I say Nipsey, when he was alive in LA, like he was the biggest artist out in LA. And then worldwide, like nationwide, he was kind of like a mid-level rapper because he was independent. Yeah. I think there are some specific, maybe Gucci in it. No. Like Gucci's pretty big too, like in specific pockets. Future is too. So I don't know. I don't know, but there maybe Ti. Ti is a good example of it. Like in the South, if Ti performs, like the reaction's different than Ti came out for Summer Smash and he just did all of Ain't About the Money. But like I don't know if he could have done like What You Know About That, and those kids at Summer Smash in Chicago would have known, all the words if he did this, as it will be in Atlanta,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Hold on one
My bad.
second. Y'all. I gotta leave and I'm gonna come right back in.
All right. Go ahead, Jelani.
Yeah, so I think I was as we were having this conversation about Canada, so on and so forth. I think we need to have a real debate about who are the top 5 Canadians of all time, especially coming off SGA winning the finals, finals and finals MVP last night. Or who are your top 5 favorite Canadians? I'll put it like that. It don't gotta be the greatest. Like,
so it was Juneteenth. I did an interview with Glory Girl 2950 2950. Shout out to her. Shout out Glow. And I asked her top 5 Black people of all time, and she struggled because it was like I put her on the spot and stuff. I think for Canadians, I gotta go. So DeRozan and them don't count, right? DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, they don't count. Vince Carter, they don't.
no, we're talking about
They're not.
people
from
from
a
Canada.
real.
I gotta go Justin Bieber. I gotta go Drake.
Okay.
I gotta go Agent 00. I gotta go. I don't know that many Canadians. Oh, Jim Carrey.
See, this is the thing. It's a lot of sneaky Canadians out here that you wouldn't know until you Wikipedia.
Jim Carrey. And then wait, hold on. Give me a second. Because I don't want to say RJ Barrett. Shout out to RJ Barrett, but I'm not going RJ Barrett. Hold on.
A lot of options here.
I might just go. Who else from Canada? Yark Society. Dylan Brooks from Canada. Kelly Olynyk is hard. I might go Kelly Olynyk, bro.
Yeah, shout out to the Kelly Olynyk fan club out there. Listen to the podcast. For my personal top 5 Canadians ever, or my favorite Canadians ever, I'm gonna go with Seth Rogen. That's one. We're gonna go Bret Hart. Out to the Hitman.
Okay.
We're gonna go Mike Myers. Just because Shrek, my favorite movie of all time. This is what I'm saying. It's a lot of sneaky Canadians out there, bro. These last 2, I have to go Drake just because of like teenage, early 20s music. Like that was, definitely one of my favorite artists during that time. Number 5, it's a tough one. I feel like I have to find a woman. Is Celine Dion Canadian? I know she's technically like Jamaican or something like that.
You really gonna skip over Justin Bieber like that?
I'm gonna be real, bro. I liked a couple Justin Bieber songs. Like I liked, especially when he was in like his R&B bag journals era. You know what I mean? But like, I never was like a Justin Bieber stan like that. I never looked at him as like the same as I liked like Justin Timberlake or somebody like that.
Told on big like Bieber. She ain't believe me.
Bieber, he had a couple. I mean, he had his moments. You know what I'm saying?
And if you ain't the way you look so much, well, baby, you should go and love yourself.
I thought that was Ed Sheeran. Am I wrong?
That's Justin Bieber, bro.
That's Justin Bieber. I'm gonna be real. That's not like that's like that good like Five Below, like when you at a store like that and they play the music in the background. That's the type of song right there. Oh, I don't know. Number 5, I gotta I feel like it's somebody I'm missing right now. Oh, yeah, Celine Dion is Canadian, so we're gonna go with Celine Dion for number 5. I gotta put one woman in there.
When I was 13, I had my first love. Isn't nobody compared to my baby or nobody above.
That's a top 5 Ludacris verse.
It's up there. It's definitely his most famous verse. That verse is more famous than All I Do Is Win.
I don't even. I didn't really like his verse on All Dudes, man. I don't like that song.
Well, I'm just saying famous verses.
Oh yeah, that song is it hasn't aged well. Mo, do you have a top 5 favorite Canadians?
Yeah. So, I'll go with Ryan Reynolds,
Mm.
Drake, Seth Rogen, Michael Cera. I'm a big Michael Cera fan. I like his
All right, man. All right, bro. Who's number 5, bro?
And then Bieber.
Okay, I was about to. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, Bieber. I rock with Bieber heavy.
Bro, Bieber represent, like, when you think about Canada, you think about Drake, you think about Justin Bieber, bro. If you black, you think about Drake. If you just like music, or you think about Hollywood, you think about Justin Bieber, bro. Those are the two most famous Canadians, bro.
I remember there was a I might sound kind of ignorant right now. I know, like, back in the 2000s, there was a Jewish Modest Yahoo. That's what his name was. He was like a Jewish rapper from.
You was gonna choose Madi Yahoo over Justin Bieber?
I think I'm true. Okay, this dude is from Pennsylvania. Never mind. He's just Jewish. I assumed he was Canadian because Drake is Jewish.
This man was Mac Miller's neighbor.
That was ignorant of me.
But yeah, man. Speaking of Houston,
great segue.
How you boys feeling, man?
I don't know how much better they got. I mean, I know Kevin Durant is, like, obviously first ballot Hall of Famer, still a great player in the league. But this isn't, this ain't like 2015 Kevin Durant. Like, he is almost 40. You know what I'm saying? His game at this point is mostly, and it doesn't matter because he's Kevin Durant. His game is mostly at this point like pull up jumpers, get into a spot. You know what I'm saying? You're not really trying to have him be like the main first option. You know what I'm saying? But they do have a squad around him. Like, and I don't think Jalen Green was that great of a player that they're going to miss that much. But Dylan Brooks was important for them. So, but I think they were a 2 seed this year. I think they'll still be a great team. It's just, I don't know if it makes them championship contenders.
Yeah. I'm weary about, because he's what, 38 now?
Yeah, 38.
Yeah. So I'm just weary about him staying healthy, and then even if they do, and I'm not saying it's gonna be like some crazy injury, but it's just like it's the little knickknacks throughout the season. And then also when they get into the playoffs and they're needing to make a long, he's 36, okay. But when they need to make a deep playoff run, it's one of those things just like with LeBron, But I mean, I feel like they leaned on to LeBron way too much on the Lakers. But I think if he can play, I think he could play a good role. Cause I think about it, and actually, I don't think that's still gonna make them I don't think that's gonna put them over the hump, just realistically. But I do like the move because I feel like Jalen Green. A lot of people are like, "How are you gonna give up Jalen Green?" But in the playoffs versus the Warriors, that boy was shooting it'll be time for he only shoot 4 shots the whole game. That's unacceptable. You're supposed to be one of the biggest scoring threats on this team right now, and you only putting up 4 shots. And I think with them keeping Chingun and Thompson, and then you still got Van Fleet, I feel like that's a solid team that probably gonna end up possibly number 2 again. I think they're gonna need to add a piece, or actually, I guess we'll see who develops and comes up to be able to be kind of a defensive anchor next to Thompson, like Dylan Brooks was, But yeah, I like the trade personally, because I don't, with what they had, I think it kind of showed. Because with Jalen Green, I'm like, that performance in the playoffs was just not it. It was times where you clearly had to take him out. And I think realistically, if you got KD being able to be healthy, he's a better defensive player than Jalen Green for sure. And I think it's a solid trade. But as I said, I don't know if it's going to put them over the hump to be able to beat what's it called? What's their names? The Thunder, because the Thunder right now. But I mean, I don't know who got enough to beat the Thunder right now. I mean, Nuggets got close. The Nuggets did get very close, and if Aaron Gordon was healthy, ain't no telling. But I think with the experience that they just gained, and Chet especially coming in through another year, I think Chet is definitely going to be able to take a leap forward because he's not even an all-star potential. I mean, he's not an all-star just yet, but he has that potential to be there. So, yeah, it's tough. But I think, as I said, overall, I like the trade. I think it was a good trade because, I mean, Jalen Green to me just didn't do enough this past postseason. And I'm like, we paying you way too much money for them to have to take you out of the game in like crucial times because it's like what are we finna do here?
Me personally, I just think it was like Jalen is really like young. Like that was really his first time in the playoffs for real. You see Ant here, his same age. And Ant has, stepped up more games than that in the playoffs and in big games. But Ant's been in the playoffs darn near every year since he was like second. Ever since he cut his twist, ever since he cut his hair, he's been in the playoffs every year. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like he's had the experience, the time to get rough patches and everything like that. I think with Green, it's like you might have given up on him too early. This is a move where you're making to win it immediately, like right now. And I say that about Jalen Green because Cade Cunningham, even though he played well in the playoffs during the games, and like most of the game, at the end of the game, Cade Cunningham struggled a lot, bro. Like he folded and disappeared a lot in that Knicks series. And, same age, same draft class as Jalen Green. So it's just like, Detroit didn't just give up on Cade Cunningham for older superstar. You know what I'm saying? So that's the same way that I viewed it with Houston. I would have really liked to see them, Şengün and Jalen Green. They've been together since like 2021. So I would have really liked to see them, kind of stick together, 5-10 years, kind of like a Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, and see like what they could have done together, being together, drafted together, and staying together on Houston for about 10 years or so.
I mean, pull up Jalen Green's numbers in the postseason.
But I'm saying it was his first postseason though. That's what
but I mean, as you was talking about with Cade, you're like towards the end of the games, he kind of folded, which he did towards the end of some of the games.
Yeah.
But at least throughout the game, he was present. It's just like this man, except for one game, he was essentially a non-factor the entire series. Like he had one game where he did his thing, but outside of that, he was almost a non-factor.
I'm confused because this is like 8 games. I'm like, what? Trying to find the playoffs. Is this it? These are the playoff games?
Yeah.
But it's more than there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they went 7?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, bet. So he had 38 that one game. Every other game he had 7, 9, 8, 11, 12, 8. Them Tyrese Halliburton numbers.
Hey, I don't know about all that.
I want to say, as a light skinned man, I took that, like as a shot to my our light skinned king, Tyrese. I don't like that shot right there. Yeah, now Jalen. I mean, what I was thinking about, honestly, like I know Drea. She was with Orlando Scandrick before. I believe that they, I don't know if they were engaged or they might have a kid. I'm not sure, but he was out the league like a few years after that. If Jalen Green falters out, we might have to start discussing the Drea curse. We have the Drake curse right now, but the Drea curse may be, she may be holding him back from reaching his potential.
Drea, the new Sierra?
I feel like, would you think Sierra held Russell Wilson back?
No, I mean there was a Sierra curse for a little bit, and then Russell Wilson, ended up kind of breaking it.
I didn't know there was a Sierra girl. Who was she? Who was she dating back then? I don't remember.
Not in because she didn't really date no sports people, but it was just kind of like when she was with people, their career kind of went down. And but yeah, I know with Future for sure. I think they'll sing
Oh
Bow
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Future definitely. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna blame that on her, but I will say Future did make the worst music of his career when he was with Sierra.
We not fans of Turn on the Lights.
Was he with her at that point?
They feel like a Sierra era song.
I feel like the era when he was with her was that I won me a trophy. I didn't like Future at that point.
It sounded
When they
like
broke up,
the my party, it's your party.
yeah, Body. That was a good song. I like Body Party.
But it's crazy because I don't think it'll be considered like one of like Sierra's records now. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at the grand scheme of things, it's kind of like the first kind of run she had, and then you skip all the way to Level Up, Level Up, Level Up. I'm so glad that she had Level Up, by the way. She deserved that moment, man, for sure. Shout out to Sierra, bro. I got a question. I asked this a couple months ago. Do y'all think Sierra's like the Beyonce of Atlanta?
I mean, I guess expound on that question.
She's the biggest female R&B act out of Atlanta, and she dances.
See that? Oh wow. See, I don't know if she. Okay, so I don't know if she is the. First off, I'm a huge Sierra fan, bro. Like you understand. Like I actually have been thinking about that a lot. Like Sierra, if you can pull up like Sierra's like her single discography from like 2004 to like 2009, she had a crazy 5-year run. Like when you look at from the first album, like her first few albums. So yeah, I'm a Sierra fan. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if she's the biggest. I feel like Monica. If you're talking about from a dancing standpoint, like overall Beyonce type of artist, I get what you're saying. Like she can do it all. She can sing. She can dance. She can um, make good music and all that. But I feel like Monica is from an R&B might be bigger than Sierra. These songs are huge. Like
You think Monica's like? I mean, hey. Respect to Monica. There's no
yeah,
shade to Monica because Monica really run Atlanta. Monica really one of them ones that run Atlanta. I don't want no smoke with Monica.
Yeah, I don't want to smoke with Monica either.
Salute to her son Mello, playing in OTE. You know, he got the heart. You know, he one of the smallest kids out there, but he like still find a way to leave his mark on the game. He hustle, everything like that. Shout out Monica. Bigger than Sierra. Sierra, look at these joints, man.
I'm talking at her peak. Like The Boy Is Mine is one of the biggest songs ever made. Like Monica has some huge songs, bro.
Love them all. Come on, man.
Now, don't get this is my childhood right here, though. Don't get it twisted. Like all these songs, I grew up on all this, but
yeah, I mean, I think you can say she is probably up there at possibly the biggest R&B artist out of Atlanta, but I wouldn't say she's the Beyonce of Atlanta. That's just like a whole different title because I can't put Sierra and Beyonce in the same category. Like I just don't feel comfortable calling her the Beyonce of Atlanta. That just don't.
Is Carrie Hilson?
I mean, hey, Carrie had a good little run, but I mean, yeah, I don't think nobody's the Beyonce of Atlanta. Cause I just don't think there's an artist that's comparable to be a Beyonce. I don't know, just because Beyonce, especially with her reign of how long and how the height that she's gotten to for so long. Like, if Beyonce drops something right now, it's going to consistently be at the top of the charts. If Sierra drops something right now, we may hear about it. You feel me? There's a good chance that I might not hear that Sierra dropped a new song. You know, so that's why it's just hard to call her the Beyonce of Atlanta. But I guess she's one of the biggest, maybe the biggest R&B artist in regards to singing and dancing.
Female artists,
Yeah, female artists.
because Usher, obviously.
Usher the Beyonce of Atlanta. If you really want to be real,
Usher is the Beyonce of Atlanta.
Usher definitely like when you just talk about longevity and like international name acclaim and fame, and yeah, it's Usher.
Yeah, Usher is overall definitely the greatest like overall R&B artist to come out of Atlanta. But like there was we talk about like Sierra. There was, I would say, from like her first album came out like 05, I want to say, from like 05 to like 09, from like 04 to 09, around that time. She was, I ain't gonna say she was like competing with Beyonce, but she was like, you would say around that time it was like Beyonce, and then Rihanna came out, and like Sierra was right there, I would say, competing for that second spot.
Bro, look at this run, bro.
These are hits.
1 2 step.
Oh, 1 2 step. Oh,
get up
was a hit.
Like a boy.
Promise, bro. These are hits. And then once we got to like 20, after Body Party, it kind of slowed down a little bit. But
she should never left Future.
You said what?
I said she shouldn't. Well, Future left her, but
no,
you know, Future. Yeah, that's a story. That's why he was like he went back to Atlanta because he didn't like the Hollywood life, and then that's where he did like Monster and Beast Mode and then 56 Nights, because he was like, I need to go. He wanted to move back to Atlanta. She wanted to stay in Hollywood, and so he was like, I can't stay out here because I'm too disconnected, and that my music is changing because of that, and that's why people wasn't rocking with him like that. He'll making all them songs with DJ Khaled and stuff. You know, him, DJ Khaled, Nicki Minaj, and Chris Brown. They had like 5 songs. You feel me? But yeah, so then he was just like, I need to get back to the streets. Like, I need to get back to Atlanta. And then that's when he went on that run.
Yeah, no, I know that he had went on a run after they separated. I just feel like the part where he says, I feel like that might have been part of it. By the way, this is a real you know, just even as men, like at least once an episode, we got to get in our Wendy Williams bag. Like, it's just natural, you know. No, I do feel like they kind of separated, like partially, you know, it might have been because of that, but also she probably got tired of, you know, Future being Future. Like, after a certain point, like, I know bro wasn't, you know, he talked about it a lot on the Monster mixtape as far as you know, trying to get forgiven for cheating and things like that. But, you know, is that the greatest? Okay, so if Beyonce and Jay-Z is the greatest rapper R&B couple, is Future and Sierra the second greatest rapper R&B couple?
If we're considering being a couple and then also making music, her and Bow Wow are probably the biggest.
They did make
T.I. and Tiny. Where do T.I. and Tiny come in?
Well, I mean, they don't have no music together. That's what I'm saying. If you're putting in like also the music that they have together, as well as being a couple, I would have to say Bow Wow and Sierra got to be second.
Nah, Lil, I got one for you though.
Who? Okay, I'll give you that. There's
Monday on the way. When you at on the way.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, they are number 2, and then Bow and Sierra number 3.
I really think they got back together just because they make such great music.
What you say?
I think they got back together just because they make such great music together.
I mean, shoot, they ain't never released they got songs on each other's albums, but they ain't never did 2088 again, man.
They did it, man.
What about Dej Loaf and Lil Durk?
They're up there for sure.
They're up there?
Up there for sure.
Yeah, they
got. I mean, do they beat out Dej Loaf and Jacquees?
I met her in the club.
No, wait, hold on. That was kind of crazy because Jacquees was kind of pushing up on Deja Loaf, and he with Deion Sanders' daughter.
They got a kid together. I
Yeah.
don't know if they like really together. She was crashing out online about it.
Oh,
But-
because he like proposed like right when she got pregnant. Dog, did y'all see like Sierra? She don't like to talk about Bow Wow. Like apparently, see, like you said, Jelani, we got to get in a Wendy Williams bag every episode for a little bit. There's some real Wendy Williamses. Apparently, so I heard from my birdie that she said that Bow Wow was, abusing her at the time they was together. So I guess she don't want nothing to do with him. But yeah, she don't answer questions about Bow Wow or nothing. Like they was like, all right, why don't you perform like you? And she just, next question. What else we talking about? It's a beautiful day. Yeah, she don't talk about it.
Yeah,
I remember everybody said Sierra was a man.
Yeah.
Oh wow. How did and it's crazy because I think somebody brought that up on Twitter the other day, but like how does that spread nationwide like in 2004, 2005?
A word of mouth, bruh. Pause.
And it's crazy because I really I felt bad for having a crush on her at the time. I was like, wow, am I gay as a 10-year-old?
I remember you was conflicted.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how like those rumors start because she was always a beautiful girl, and it just somehow I don't know. Was she tall?
She was tall. I think that was part of it too.
You know what? I don't know if anyone's ever like asked her about that because it goes viral on Twitter at least once a year when they were, y'all remember when we was kids and everybody but I don't think anyone's ever asked her about it straight up.
Yeah, I don't know how she would reply to that.
Because I remember the rumor I heard was she was born with both.
Yeah.
And then so like they cut it off.
Yo, okay, so I wasn't gonna bring this up. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if this was what y'all heard too, but like the rumor at like my elementary school at the time, it sounds very stupid, but it was that like what you said, it was that she chopped it off, and that the song "Goodies" when she says, "I keep my goodies in a jar," it was that her dick was in a jar. That's what the I can't make this up. Like this is what we thought as kids. This is. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, that was a wild time.
Fellas, I think we have something.
With the 1-2 step, 106 and Park, make some noise for Sierra!
Watching my back home.
Come around that side. Come over there. Sierra!
Oh my goodness,
Mama.
thank you.
Have a
Oh
seat.
my
Sit down, sit down.
I like your boots.
Doing the boot
Thank you
thing,
so
girl.
much.
I gotta
Thank
look
you.
at the heel. I gotta
Oh my
look at the
goodness.
heel.
Uh-huh.
Very nice. You can
Oh my
hurt somebody
goodness.
with those.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're gonna jump right into it right now. We have a thing that we do sometime with celebrities that come over here. We do a whole clear the air session.
Yeah.
So if there are any room.
This is so that's such a crazy way to introduce it. He did it off rip. He said,
First
nice
question.
to see you. Okay. People say that you a man. It's crazy. All right.
Rumors, anything that's going on with Sierra,
Yeah.
which there are all on the internet and all that other mess. Clear the air right now. Let the people know what's going
Oh
on.
my
Craziest
goodness,
things.
there's
Speak
so
your piece.
many crazy,
Get
funny
ATL
things,
grimy.
and I gotta say none of them bother me, but I'll just do it just to do it because whatever. There's one thing about me being a man or something like that. Before I was something when I was born, I got a change,
Really?
a hermaphrodite or something like that. And they
Okay.
said that I went on Oprah and did it. And I'm like, okay, come on now. If I was on Oprah, like. I mean, it takes a while before that happens for somebody going to Oprah. You know what I mean? Like, that's really big. So we know that didn't happen. If you can find it, though, I'll give you $100 grand and fly you around the world and do everything for you if you can find that tape and play it for me.
Right. Other than that, shut it down.
Yeah, and then there's something else about me being a lesbian or something like that. I mean, it's so sad that I'm sitting right here in the dress, and it's like, it's so funny to me. And one thing that I feel about in life is that the bigger and better things get for you, the more people try to bring you down. And that's just the way I see it.
It's the truth.
So, I mean, that's not true. I'm here to say it's not true. If you can do that, I give you $100 grand again, and I give you the car that I'm trying to buy coming up, my Range Rover that I want to get. I give it to you. I want to get it for myself.
Okay, and those are the ones. Those are the ones that you really.
Yeah, those are the two that I've heard. I mean, it's funny to me though. It don't bother me. It's cool. I've been through it in high school. I mean, it is what it is. It's all over again. It's whatever. It's fun. This is what I do. Whatever.
So that's all the drama that comes with your success. But how are you enjoying all the positive things that are coming with
You know
your
what?
success?
All the positive things. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
it's really
it's
been
been
a
a great
blessing.
year.
Oh my goodness, I'm enjoying myself. The traveling, I'm getting more fans. Oh my gosh, it is so.
It's crazy that she had to deal with that. Like, most people's rumors are like, oh, 21 Savage is actually from England. Like, she had to deal with, that's a man. Like, that's crazy. And the lesbian, like, back-to-back combo is crazy.
Marilyn Manson had the craziest rumor ever.
Where's
I don't think
Marilyn
his.
Did that really happen?
Like I'm almost positive. I think that really happened. You don't know who Marilyn Manson is, Rashad?
I know who he is. What's the rumor, though?
Oh, no. You want to tell him?
Is allegedly, but I think I think this one is a little more on the truer side, that he got his ribs removed so that he could be able to give himself head.
There's another rumor I heard growing up around that same time. Is this? Keep in mind, this is probably before I even really knew who Marilyn Manson was. Like, I just remember hearing that rumor. I don't know who started that, but it spread nationwide too.
Yo, why did Ye have him up on stage when he was doing Off the Grid?
Why does Ye do anything?
No, 100%. See, you're thinking.
Why did Ye make a song praise? I'm not gonna say the name because we're on YouTube, but why did Ye make a song praising a former bad person who was from a certain country back in the day, and then change it to a song about Jesus a few weeks later?
Hallelujah.
He's a sick individual.
Hey, I want to apologize to Marilyn Manson. It is a rumor.
Oh, there it is.
That's crazy that we didn't know each other as kids and we both heard that rumor.
I have a picture with Sierra when I was 10, and she was my celebrity crush. It was at a Hawks game, and my stepmom took it, and I was like buzzing because she knew I liked her. My stepmom knew I liked Sierra, so she was like, "Ooh, your little celebrity crush," and I was just like, "This is my prized possession." I have no clue where that picture is, bro.
Damn.
And I never met. All my years of being in entertainment, like, I've covered a Sierra concert before. Sierra came to New Orleans this past year for the Super Bowl. Sierra was in LA when I was in LA. I've never met her or ran into her again for the rest of my life, bro.
That's crazy. You know, it's like when I was working at Nobu, it was interesting because you just meet so many random people. And I remember it was something going on. No, it was when the Falcons played the Steelers. And I remember I literally had told somebody, I was like, man, you know, it'd be crazy if Sierra comes in. Because, you know, I'm thinking, you know, she'll be in town. And I'll be like, that'd be crazy if she come in. I was like, I could see it, but I was like, at the same time, I was like, I doubt it. And yeah, she ended up coming in that night. And yeah, I had served her. Another person I met actually a couple times. Marilyn Manson came in a few times. It's
Crazy.
Yeah. It's interesting. One thing that was always about working at Nobu, you'll see the most random celebrities all the time, but you get to see them now, and like people like Marilyn Manson who are older now, you know, they don't really be in the public like that. So when you see them, it's just like, huh, that's what you, okay. The one person that was crazy for me to see in person, Pamela Anderson. Man,
Oh, she don't wear makeup anymore, does
You
she?
didn't
Like,
you didn't sound like you was happy to see her.
bruh, like
she don't look the same. Jelani, hold on, I'm gonna pull her up. She don't wear
I
makeup.
mean,
no
that was like 30 years ago. That was another that like her, like Beyonce, Sierra. Those was like some of my first crushes as a kid.
more.
yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Like Pamela Anderson looked like she's around 20 years older than what she actually is. This is a good photo in comparison. I'm not gonna lie. It was, yeah, because you know she was there with Liam Neeson. I don't know if y'all know, like they date. I didn't know that until they came in.
Who?
They came in
Damsonitas?
for Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson.
Oh,
they date.
I did not know that.
I
Hey,
didn't know that either.
shout out to Taken.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like, you know, like everybody know that, but they came in a few times together, and they came in for Pamela Anderson's birthday once, and then they came in like 2-3 more times together after that. But
Pamela Anderson probably been through like she was famous back in like when Hollywood was really, this is like 20 years before the Me Too movement. Like she probably been through some crazy stuff behind the scenes if she wrote like a tell-all book.
facts.
That's
Well,
crazy.
you know-
She don't wear makeup no more. Go ahead, Mo.
You know, it's crazy. Speaking of, like, this is just super random. Every comedian, every black comedian that talks about, you know, the goats and everything, you know, they always have to include Bill Cosby, and it's so interesting. I'll be like, man, it sucks that he turned out to be a monster, because he's one of those people that I think, I don't know, with R. Kelly, people still talk about like, man, but this man's so talented. But with Bill Cosby, it's just all like, nah, Buddy was just a monster. I don't think the Cosby Show gets like, it probably lost syndication, don't come on at all no more. And you ain't gonna talk about Fat Albert no more. You ain't gonna talk about none of this stand up and stuff. But it's just interesting. Every black comedian that I ever hear on any podcast or anything, they always bring him up, and I'll be like, wow, like, I guess I guess, you know, he would really. I never seen a Bill Cosby stand up, so that's why that's also surprising to me how they always talk about he's really one of the pioneers for black like stand up and black comedy. But that was just a random thing that, because I was recently watching Godfrey on I think it was Rory and Maul, and then Kenan Thompson was on that podcast with what's Buddy that from Marrow podcast, not the one with Carmelo Anthony, but he has another one, and it's like him, huh?
The what's it, what it's called, like Victory Light?
Yeah, exactly, that one. Yeah, Kenan Thompson was just on that, and then like listening to both of them like talk about, yeah, you know, Bill Cosby inspired them growing up, and he's a big pioneer in, like, you know, in the black comedy scene. It's one of those things that, because they really erased Bill Cosby, it's like, yeah, like R. Kelly, his music, like I was looking at a little meme earlier, and they'll play his music on there, and they always be talking about, man, this man a monster, but he sure was talented. You know, like I see a lot of those little R. Kelly stuff, but with Bill Cosby, it's just like, nah, he's just a monster. We don't even care about what he got going on, you know?
No, I've watched some of Bill Cosby like stand-up clips. I never sat and watched the full special, but like when I watched his clips, I mean, it was funny for his time. He fit that mold because he was able to be like, this is back before like black comedians could really be edgy like that, during the time that he really came out as far as like on a mainstream level. So he was kind of like digestible for white people around that time. But he was definitely an innovator and a great comedian. Cosby Show we didn't grow up in the 80s or the 90s, but like growing up in the 2000s, they would play that on TV all the time, like the reruns. That's low key one of my favorite shows of all time. Like, and it's
Yeah, I think you know when you talk about stand up and everything like that, even though like that might not have like the Delirious or Richard Pryor type of longevity of like relevance in all time comedy specials, Cosby Show stands the test of time, bro. Still like
Great
how
show.
Mo was saying, people have erased everything Cosby's done. I feel like Cosby Show is still kind of like discussed. You know what I mean?
When,
It might not be syndicated on TV Land, but yeah.
no, when it I think when the stories like first broke and he first got found guilty or whatever, I think they took it off TV for like a few years. But I definitely feel like certain, like I'm sure, like I know you like the Bounce or whatever, like certain networks like that, like I'm sure that they play episodes of Cosby Show maybe at like 3 a.m. or something like that. But
Bounce TV still playing the Cosby Show in 2025. It's hilarious. Shout out Bounce TV, bro. If we ain't gonna play it, who else will?
Bounce TV be having some, like, you might catch like a movie that's like a low key, like I'm kind of shocked y'all play like somehow like a, you know, I'm trying to think like a high quality black movie or something like that. You might catch like a Waiting to Exhale or something like that on Bounce. You know what I'm saying?
You can find the Cosby Show still on TV One.
See, there we go.
Shout out TV One.
But that's that audience though. That's them same. That's like them same aunties. That's like, you know, if R. Kelly gets free tomorrow, I'm gonna go to the concert. Like that's that.
Facts.
That's their demographic.
Drew Holiday has just been traded for Anthony Simons.
Really?
So remember, I think didn't Drew Holiday get traded to like Portland, and then he was traded immediately from Portland to Boston?
Yeah.
Now he's, I guess, going back to Portland.
That's crazy. That does nothing for neither one of them. Like,
I think Boston about to crumble, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah,
They gotta free up some money.
Yeah, they gotta free up some money, and Tatum tore his Achilles, so he's out for the year.
That's
speaking
a
of
big loss.
Achilles, man, that the Pacers, that sucks. That what's his name is Halliburton tore his Achilles because he's out for pretty much the year as well now, and I don't know what that team they ain't finna go on a run like this without him. Just to be real, excuse me, but I think 2 years from now, this is going to give an opportunity for a lot of people to shine, but the money is going to be different for like Andrew Nembhard. He's finna get paid. Like, I don't know when his contract is up, and it probably is in about 2 years, but he's about to ball this next season because he showed with opportunity he can go hoop, and he's finna go up. I think just a lot of those role players, it's going to be hard to keep them all intact the way that they were now. Unless some people want to make pay cut and, you know, it's going to be that nostalgia of like, man, if, you know, Halliburton didn't get hurt in that game 7, we actually probably could have won. So let's try to run it back again, you know, but it's going to be interesting to see where the Pacers go from here. Because I think with Halliburton healthy going into the next couple of years with them meshing together, especially even next year, like they would have been able to go on another run possibly. But now I don't know where this team, where it goes, because I think a lot of these players are going to have to get paid, and because they're going to step up. And McConnell, I think he's one of those players that will probably be like, I'll take the pay cut. But we'll see, man.
Yeah, my bad. Are you gonna say something, Rashad? No, they I think next year they'll probably be like at best probably a play-in team next year without Tyrese there. But coming back, I mean, 2 years from now, you know, who knows? It's you know, hopefully he takes the year off. Like we got, you know, it's not like the old days where you tear your Achilles and you're never the same again. Like we seen KD come back from a torn Achilles and have like MVP quality seasons after that. So he can still come back and ball out. It's just like Mo just said, like, what's the team going to look like 2 years from now? Like, what's the role players going to be? Who we are going to pick up? You know, some of these guys, they're going to have to get paid. You know, at some point, I don't know, like, what Pascal Siakam's contract looks like, or like how many years he's under, but like he might have to get extended. Like, it's a lot of. It just sucks, man, because that's like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, possibly, like, to play in a Game 7 of the finals. Like, that's something you really dream of as a kid. I never even played organized basketball growing up, and I dreamed of that. So I can imagine finally getting there and being on the court, and it just sucked. It sucked the whole life out of the game. It you know, they kept it. They went in halftime with the lead, but once we got to the third quarter, it was just too much, you know. But I feel like we were headed for a real great game before that happened.
Facts.
One thing I noticed was for the first time I've ever seen all season, in SGA's post-game interview with Lisa Salters, there were like no OKC players behind SGA. And my first thought when I saw that was, everybody was like, oh yeah, every man to himself. Them boys trying to get paid. I think that's the toughest thing with young teams that reach success really early, is like all the young players want to get paid after that. I think Miles Turner definitely did Indiana some favors, and the league some favors, saving them some money on both ends by just being absolutely terrible all NBA finals. So, you know, he's a free agent this year, and I think it would have been easy for him to get a bag if he just would have had like a 12-10 series, hit 2 threes a game, get 2 blocks a game. Oh man, he would have been eating this offseason by doing that in the NBA Finals. But he stunk it up instead, so he saved Indiana some money. They're gonna have to sign him for much less than what he wants, and he's just gonna have to take it because it's like he was on the Pacers when Kobe was alive and on the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at this point, you might as well be a Pacer for life, bro. And so we'll see if they figure it out. I don't want to see him switch teams. I think he'll be one of them people like Dwight Powell with the Dallas Mavericks, bro. So go ahead, stay with the Pacers. In terms of this deal, it's a money move, but Simons is cold, bro. But Drew Holiday colder. So Drew Holiday getting older, but like he's still two-way Drew. You know what I'm saying? Like darn near arguably the best two-way guard. You know, kind of below the superstar level there is in the league. So shout out Drew Holiday. I guess he's just gonna rot away now in Portland. They don't contend. They don't do anything over there. They just kind of exist. They have Danny Avdia, who's kind of like the star there. You know, he's representing for Israel and IDF. You know what I mean? So they got that whole dynamic going on.
You trying to get us flagged on the channel?
But yeah, what else do they have? Like Portland just kind of exists. Scoot Henderson, shout out to Kell High School, Marietta.
I think the trade, though, is probably one of those things. Let's get a veteran in to teach these players how to play winning basketball, because they don't have that culture. There hasn't been anybody there in so long that plays winning basketball. So I think that's really what it is. It's like, let's go ahead and get him over here. And then for Boston, is like get another scorer, because now that Tatum's out, we'll have somebody who can kind of step in and go get some buckets when needed. Because Derek White can at times go get some buckets, and Drew Holiday at times was able to kind of get some buckets, but Anthony Simon is somebody that I think he's a lot more explosive. And so he can really kind of make up for that lack of offense that's going to come with Tatum being out. So
No, agreed. Okay.
It's a solid trade.
This is the first picture where I seen Anthony Simons look older than 19 years old. Bless you.
Appreciate it.
Like
Nah, facts.
he's looked like a kid like his entire time in the league. He was one of the first players. When I seen him, I was like, I started to feel a little older because I'm like, bro, he looks like a baby. But shout out Anthony Simons, man. Shout out to Boston. Trey, man. What is he doing? He ain't even doing nothing, bro. Gafford got extended. Okay, all right. We get into
Say
deep.
we doing
deep
Daniel
water.
Gafford updates,
Yeah.
doing some deep dives.
Yeah. All right.
Yo,
all right.
man,
Go ahead,
this
Mo.
whole the internet is crazy, bro. I almost got caught into a AI video of them talking about Baby Chief Do It is Shaquille O'Neal's son. Yo, no cap, bro. Because it was like a video of Charlemagne saying it, and it was clipped up perfectly, bro. And I was like, what? Baby Chief Do It is Shaquille O'Neal's son? And then they had like a little picture of them together and stuff. I'm like, what's going on? And so I was like, hold on, let me fact check this. And then when I went to I saw a video, it was on TikTok, and then it was literally the exact same thing being said, but I think it was like LeBron or something saying, Baby Chief Do It is Shaquille O'Neal's son. And I was like, okay, all right, there you go. That's all I needed to see.
Yo, the AI, bro. Did y'all see them? The AI, like the Google, the AI. Oh my bad. Oh, let me see.
That's Lil Brat. Yeah, I know that loudmouth, always talking like he's 6'9".
Front row at my son's show. Ain't missing that for nothing.
Also, I saw that DJ Diesel on the decks. Baby Chief Do It on the mic. Go on his nigga, I'm too rich, can't straight paying for top.
I'm sure he's super proud of everything that you've been able to accomplish this past year. Then,
of course, my family is my number one supporter.
But who sits and like this is the question that we got to start asking. Who are the people that sit and make this stuff? Like, out of all the things that you can use AI to do, why is this what you're using AI for?
Right. No, for real, bro. Hey, I don't know, but they got me. I ain't gonna hold you. I almost texted Rashad. I was like, hey, Baby Chief doing this shit. I was like, oh, let me fact check this before I type this.
Bro, why did they make this up though? Like, look at this picture, bro. Like, this is so. They got the most random rapper and the most random black celebrity, and was like, "Hey, we gonna do it like this, bro." I don't think Shaq has a child under 6 foot, men, boys or girls. Baby Chief Do It gotta be like 5'5".
Yeah, he's shorter than that, bro.
Yeah, probably. Well, I know. Starbands. How old is he compared to? How tall is he compared to Starbands? They about the same height.
He like an inch or two shorter than her.
Oh yeah, Starband's like 5'5". I thought she was tall, and she was like, "Nah, I ain't tall. Deshae just short."
Yeah, Deshae is really short. I didn't know he was that short too.
Let me see. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up the. Yeah, Starbands. She got him, and she glowed up, and she still got him by a couple inches. Shout out Starbands, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yo, y'all.
But I will say, great advertising. My bad. I was gonna say great advertising because it definitely made me go listen to his music though. Cause I was like, because when I saw that clip, it then made me go look up stuff about him. Then I started seeing clips about his music, and then from there, I was like, okay, I like a couple of these songs. But,
yeah, Starbands put me on for real.
Yeah, before that, I ain't never really listened to Buddy for real. Like I've heard of him, but I never listened to Baby Chief Do It.
Y'all see Google? I'm seeing like them videos of the AI black people.
Oh my gosh, bro!
It's actually it's kind of spooky, bro.
But the thing about those videos, like those videos are always only like 5 seconds, 8 seconds, and there's always they look like video games, like someone said it like darn near Panda Express for real.
Some of them. See, the thing about it is they can't capture like people.
Polar Express, my bad.
Oh, yeah, Polar Express. Yeah. They can't. It's still certain stuff they can't like effectively capture as far as like people eating certain foods and things like that. But if you an older person and you don't know no better, it's getting pretty realistic, bro. Like it's not. They starting to figure it out,
bro. They got my mom on one of those. You seen like that Baby Chief do it, kind of like a fan fiction joint. Like they got my mom on a fan fiction that like Jasmine Crockett showed up to the Ellen show and told off Ellen about like Donald Trump. And I was like, Mom, the Ellen show hasn't been on the air in like 4 years. And she was like, oh, really? No, but she went on. She telling them. She told them. I said, Mom, this AI. She said, how you know? I said, it ain't no video of it. I felt like if Jasmine Crockett would have did something that kind of drastic, you would have seen the video of it all everywhere on the internet. You just watching the video right now of like a robot reading a prompt and pictures of Jasmine Crockett and Ellen DeGeneres on the screen as they talk. She's like, oh man, they got me. I was like, it's okay, Mom. But yeah, when they got my mom, I was like, oh no, it's getting bad, bro.
Yeah. It's funny, my uncle I can't remember what it was. It was something that my uncle had told me. He was like, yeah, you know, such and such had happened. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, bro, that is not true. And like I Googled it. And like I said, I wish I could remember exactly what it was. It was like a year or so ago. And I was just like, and I remember Googling it, and I was like, I don't see nothing about this. And he was just like, yeah, man, you know, crazy what's going on here. I was like, yeah, I guess so, you know. I was like, I don't even feel like going, because he talking about, yeah, I see you right here, you know, and I'm like, I'm not even finna go back and forth about it. I was like, yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, because there's always something like, yo, you heard Barack Obama and Jay-Z got in a fight at the BET Awards? It's like, bro, that didn't happen, you know.
My dad told me that I think he said Dwight Howard was talking about Magic Johnson's son once. And I was like, I don't think that happened.
He was trying to shoot his shot.
Oh, chill.
It's one of those things we don't talk about. Is that just randomly a couple years ago there was like a whole sexual assault lawsuit from a guy.
He said it on Breakfast Club.
Oh, he talked about it?
No, he didn't say it specifically. He was just like, Charlamagne opened up with, why don't you think you get your flowers and your credit for like having a NBA Hall of Fame career, having such a kind of decorated career? And he said, I played in the era where social media first became a thing. So there was always the narrative with me and Kobe about me being a bad teammate because Kobe said I was a bad teammate and I was lazy and I wasn't this. And then also I had a situation off the court that I put myself in that position. And I think that took a lot of attention away from what I did on the court. And that kind of became the narrative around me. So that's how he addressed it.
I mean, that's a nice way of you know, of putting what went down, I guess. But he definitely should have been. We just talking basketball. He should have been on the top 75. That was a joke that he didn't make the NBA 75.
He only didn't make it because he played for the Hawks. You know how that go.
Yeah, in all facts, the whole league has been conspiring against y'all. You know, they don't want to see the Hawks win.
Shout out my boy Dominique though. Shout out my boy Dominique, man.
He made the 100 though, right? I mean, he made the 75, right?
Yeah. Dominique. I think Dominique made. Did Dominique make?
I don't think he made.
I think Dominique missed 50, and it was a big deal for 25 years. And then he made 75.
He should have been on the 50. There's probably some player on there that they could have left
100% should have been on 50. But yeah,
you know, they kept Kyrie off because he was at the time he was
he talked about the Jews.
I wasn't going to use that word. I was going to call them, you know, the small hat community.
He talked about the Danny Avdias,
the Drakes.
The Drakes.
We started with, you know.
Right.
Shout out my brother Dominique Wilkins, man.
Yo, you know, speaking of NBA, do y'all feel like, and I don't know if this is just a bias, because I am an NBA fan, but I genuinely think there isn't a better postseason than NBA postseason. Like in
Hockey
comparison
was
to
really good, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't even like hockey, but one year someone was like, "Bro, the NHL playoffs are so good," and I tuned into it, and I was like, "This is amazing, bro." I'm not even gonna lie to you. Hockey really competes with the NBA, bro.
okay, I've seen a couple games and it has been entertaining. I just don't know none of the players, and so it's hard to stay as engaged when you don't really know, and I don't really know what's fully going on when they be having these power plays and stuff like that. So, but as I said, I've seen a couple games and it has been entertaining, but I haven't really tapped in for real. So maybe next year I'll tap into it. But
yeah, bro, for sure, hockey, bro.
But I think so I will say, other than maybe that one, then I guess because I think about NFL, MLB is cool. I think it I don't know. MLB just seems so quick though. It just seems like, all right, after about a week we're at the World Series.
It's crazy because MLB got 162 games, but it's like the wild card series is like best of 3.
Yeah.
The second round series like best of 5, and then it gets to best of 7. That's like the NLCS and the ALCS, and then the World Series is best of 7. And it's just like y'all play all these dang games for your season to end in 2 games, 2 postseason games. Is crazy,
right? Yeah, but definitely, and I think the NFL can be exciting. I think the Super Bowl is hyped up, but just the actual games. Cause I just think back on when I was watching it, like the playoffs this year, and I was like, none of these were as exciting as the NBA playoffs were this year. Like, cause the playoffs were really good this year. I think just the series, almost every series was pretty entertaining for the most part. Like, I can't think of a series that I was just like, except for Boston and Orlando. That one was trash. But other than that one, I can't really think of too many series that I was just like, I'm not even gonna turn the game on.
I think the NFL divisional weekend is that might be the best weekend in sports. But the first, I love the first 2 rounds of the playoffs when there's literally basketball every single day. That's when the playoffs is at its best for me. Once we get to the conference finals and it's a game every other day, that's when it starts to slow down for me. I just want, I hope Adam Silver learned his lesson this year with them terrible when they tried to do the digital graphics. Listen, I was thinking about this the other day. So they stopped doing the decals because he was afraid of players flipping on the court or whatever. The only 2 times that we've ever seen a major star have a major injury in the finals in our lifetime that I can remember is KD in 2019 and Halliburton this year with no decals on the court. Y'all can't keep using that excuse, bro. I don't remember 2000s. I don't remember Kobe or Tim Duncan or none of them dudes that was in the finals ever getting hurt on them decals back in the day.
And the playing course, bro. The playing course is the most extra thing in the world. And the All-Star game course. You want the players to play hard in the All-Star game, but you got the whole All-Star court painted.
Exactly.
We want to keep it safe. And then this is what I want. Not only do I want the decal back on the court, center court, I also want the life-size inflatable Larry O'Brien.
I was just telling my dad that.
For the starting lineups. It's a regular starting lineup. You showing us the starting lineups. Okay, what does this add? It's the same starting lineup as a regular season starting lineup. When they get off the bench and just high-five the players and go to the game, you might well just play the commercials. I don't want to see that. But when you get it next to that Larry O'Brien, Detroit Pistons basketball, man, I feel it in my belly. I be wanting to play. I used to play that every day. I used to be playing on my little ESPN goal in the living room. You know what I'm saying? Detroit basketball. Rip him. I used to do all the little announcements from the PA announcers from the Pistons, bro, because it's like they played it on the air, and you just don't get no feeling that it's like the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like even Golden State and Cleveland felt like the finals without the decal on the court, but I guess it was just because it was Golden State and Cleveland every single year. But it would have felt a little more special this year if you would have put the trophy on the court, bro.
Facts.
Yeah, Adam Silver is swaggerless. Like David Stern, David Stern was like Vince McMahon. Like David Stern understood that this was an entertainment product. Like we need certain matchups to happen. We need Jordan to be the main face. Like we need to market these guys. It's stuff like that that Adam Silver just isn't good at. He understands how to make money, but as far as like think about like a show like NBA Inside Stuff, like with Ahmad Rashad, like there's nothing like that even for this era. But they do get that Starting Five show on Netflix. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Adam Silver is he's kind of terrible at presentation. Yeah, that looks cool right there. Like that feels like the finals.
Facts.
And this is on the road, it looks like. This looks like this is in Miami. Is this San Antonio or Miami?
That says 2007, so he wouldn't be playing Miami.
Oh, so it'll be Cleveland. Oh yeah, this is.
That looks like it's in San Antonio.
Yeah, that's San Antonio.
Did y'all watch that finals? 2007 Cavs versus Spurs.
I watch every finals.
Mm-hmm.
That was nasty basketball.
Yeah. I remember. I think Damon Jones took the last shot and he made it, and then the Cleveland Cavaliers lost the last game by 4.
Only reason I remember that finals is because the Sopranos finale happened during that, and I remember that was like big news at the time. And you remember the Geico Caveman commercials?
Yeah.
They tried to make a TV show on ABC for that show, and they kept running commercials for that during these finals. That's how bad those finals was that I remember those two things right there.
Cleveland's run to the finals was really fun to watch. In the Eastern Conference Finals, Boobie Gibson randomly got hot, and he like helped close out the Pistons. He had like 27 points, 33 points in the game, like, and everybody was like, "Boobie, Boobie." It was really fun series. I think that was the same series where LeBron had like probably the greatest performance I ever seen by a single player. I ain't gonna lie.
I watched that live.
Yeah, me too. Against Chris Webber, that game by itself retired Chris Webber, bro. He went straight to the TNT booth after that.
Wait, so I just thought of it. So was Boobie Gibson and Keisha Cole the original Russell Wilson and Sierra?
100%.
Nah, facts.
Who was Shannon Brown dating? Shannon Brown was dating someone too.
Monica. We just came back full circle.
Both of them boys was doing what they had to do, man.
Facts.
Hold on, I'm pulling this up right now.
Shout out to Kenyon Martin and Trina.
Oh yeah.
Remember he had the lip tattoo on his neck?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I forgot about that.
Detroit. All right, bet. This is what we came to see, baby. Where's the points at? Oh, there's the points. Okay. Yeah, he had 31 in the closing game, bro.
Boobie Gibson?
Yes, bro.
That's crazy.
This man was 5 for 5 from 3-point, 7 for 9 from the field, 31 points.
Hit 12 free throws. Crazy.
Oh, don't do that. He said he was on his Shea SGA.
Yeah. I mean, I just like the fact that he had the ball enough to get fouled like that. That's just crazy.
He was on fire.
Yeah.
He was on fire, dog. But yeah. Yeah, man. Forget AI. Things of that sort. What else? What would you got, Mo?
I was gonna say, y'all saw history went down with the 12-day war.
What was the 12-day war?
The 12-day war that's ended now. You know, Trump, Israel, and Iran, they got a ceasefire.
Oh yeah, no,
And then
that's what I thought you were talking about.
yeah, Trump, and then he said this is going to go down in history, and it's going to be called the 12-Day War.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, he said it's a ceasefire. They're going to finish up their final missions or whatever, and then they're going to be done. Yeah, go to the tweet. He tweeted it all out.
He just tweeted it out now.
No, he tweeted it probably about like 2-3 hours ago.
Oh, because they hit America.
Well, they sent some missiles. I don't know if they actually hit anything, because I think because allegedly Iran told them that they were finna do it.
It was a wild time to be
Keep
alive.
scrolling down. They go like about 2-3 hours ago.
Y'all have
Bro, look at how the president of the United States is posting, bro, on social media.
Trump.
Yeah.
Bro, he posting memes and videos like he on Facebook as a Zoomer. And he is, but like you also the president of the United States. Bro.
Do y'all have True Social accounts?
I don't. I don't think they approve me.
No, I forgot my login.
I know. I forgot my password to Blue Sky. I had to create one for work.
I never really I don't know. I just don't see the thing about like trying to go to a different app at this point is that like we got so much history with Twitter.
Yeah, I didn't want to create an account, but they were like, create one for work. I said, okay.
I made my first Twitter account when I was 13. I'm about to be 30.
13?
Yes. It was summer 2009.
I was 15.
Matter of fact, I think it's still up. Like there's only a few tweets on there, but
keep going.
Bro,
it's like there's a particular hold on, I think that was it. Like, because I mean,
this one?
Yeah, right here.
Congratulations to everyone that has been fully agreed and by and between Israel and Iran that there will be complete and total ceasefire approximately 6 hours from now when Israel and Iran have wound down and completed their progress final missions for 12 hours, at which point the war will be considered ended. Officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire, and upon the 24th hour, an official end to the 12-day war will be saluted by the world. During each ceasefire, the other side will remain peaceful and respectful on the assumption that everything works as it should, which it will. I would like to congratulate both countries, Israel and Iran, on having stamina, courage, and intelligence to end what should be called the 12th war. This is a war that could have gone on for years and destroyed the Middle East, but it didn't and never will. God bless Israel. God bless Iran. God bless the Middle East. God bless the United States of America. And God bless the world. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America.
Yep. Yeah.
So I guess it should be over, according to him.
Yeah, and then Iran confirmed that, it's a ceasefire.
I ain't trusting it.
I just want to thank Trump for, giving us world peace and, just keeping us safe and being the best president that we've, had in our lifetime.
Yeah, it's crazy because I think everybody is kind of like weary about like, all right, is this really over? Like, y'all telling me after all these years, we finna just be like, all right, it's over. But if it really is, then like, hey, like, I'm not saying I rock with Trump, but I guess he did it. It's like, it's one of those things that's like, what can you say if he really did it? Like, have them come together to have a ceasefire to where it's like, all right, no war. But as I said, it's something just feels off about it, because it's like, as you said, this 12-day war, it all started just 12 days ago, and then it's just, what did he say to them to be like, all right, hey, let's chill out, y'all. Like, y'all doing too much. Y'all know we're gonna bomb the shit out of y'all. Let's keep it a buck. Like, it's going down. And so if you really want to go there, we can go there. But you know, it's like you right, bro. My bad, big homie.
Yo, telling the country is going down is crazy.
Hey, bro. Like, oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say they probably did. He probably did. Listen, man, like it's just. I'm not gonna say it's impossible to mess with America. Like we've had attacks in the past, but like you got to really, really catch America slipping. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just. I don't know why. The thing about America is that America cares more about war than other countries. Like they're just more willing to spend more money on it than, and we have the resources. So it's just like it ain't even worth it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's my political analysis right there.
But I will say I do feel Iran. Realistically, this was not going to end well for Iran. Like, but if it's a proxy war, could maybe Iran didn't have the backing that they thought they would? Because I know it's realistically this is this was assumed to be a proxy war where they were going to get the support of China and then possibly Russia as well, you know, and where it's, you know, anything that America does, then China going to come in and kind of help out, and then it goes from there, you know, where, and I don't know though, because maybe, as I said, they didn't get the backing that they thought they would for this. And maybe China just like, this ain't the time. We got other things. We still trying to work our move. Cause China gonna make a move. Like I'll say it now. Give it about within 5 years for sure. China gonna make a move to really try to become the real powerhouse of the world like we are currently. Like right now we're losing a lot of respect and we're dwindling down. And I think maybe that's where China's just like, yo, we don't even need to really do this whole war thing. We just finna get everybody to come to our side where because they're using realistically, as I said, with the whole proxy of everything, a lot of stuff isn't being as relied on through the US dollar like it used to be. And so because of that, America losing more and more strength, like gradually. And I think that's one of the things why we are so concerned with war, because that keeps us going in and attacking certain people and then trying to create dominance allows us to stay dominant, as opposed to it used to be more of like our currency. Like we're the main thing that y'all have to use. And then there's people who are like, man, like we ain't finna use this no more. I think there's other things that we can use, other currencies that we can use to be our main funnel. But then it's like, all right, well, if y'all don't use it, then we finna come in and we finna mess, like, you know, excuse my language, we finna fuck shit up. You feel me? We coming, we bombing it all. Like that's gonna be the type of time we on. We got the missiles, we got all of it. So if you don't want to use us, that's at your risk. So, but yeah, I don't know. But it's interesting. This is what happened just a couple of hours ago. I guess we just gonna see where everything go from here. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that boy did it.
I'm too skeptical, like Jelani, man. You know someone who I've been agreeing with a lot lately? Candace Owens.
Yo, you know it's crazy. I was gonna jokingly say Candace Owens, but I thought you was. I mean, I noticed you've been trying to do like a little pivot back to the Black community. Well, I don't think she was ever with the Black community, but she's trying to pivot to the Black community.
She was. She started off with the NAACP. Like, I think she had like a racist encounter as a teenager with the white people, and like the NAACP came in and swooped her up, like the local NAA. Like they had a press conference and everything.
Oh, that's her origin story.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I guess this is her like coming back home, but at the same time, like she hasn't switched up on like her stuff about like the Black family stuff still rubs me the wrong way. A lot of a lot of what she says still rubs me the wrong way, but she be saying some stuff like, but I feel like it's one of those things of like, if you talk long enough, I'm bound to agree with something you say. Broken clock, right? Twice a day. I'm coming home.
What is she saying that you agree with?
Well, her whole stance on the thing is her whole stance on what is it? Her whole stance on the Israel and Palestine. She's been on the right side of that. She's just called it an outright attempt at genocide. And she said, you know, when so-called Christians try to go against, but yeah, here's the NAACP at a press conference after like defending Candace Owens as a teenager. But what was it? It was oh yeah. She said it's different than the biblical Israel. Like this is literally just a piece of land that people bought and named the state Israel. So the Israel state government is not the same as the Israel Holy Land as described in the Bible. And so, you know, so Christians shouldn't have just a blind allegiance to it when it's obvious that they're doing what they're doing right now is wrong. So I agree with that. She called out Donald Trump for something. Like she says she's disappointed in Trump's decision making so far in the first few months of his presidency, his second term. She just said, like, you know, those are the two things outright that have stood out to me, because she said the Israel thing multiple times. Like she said it before independently, and then she said it again reacting to the Tucker Carlson interview with who was that? Mark Rubio? Not Mark Rubio. What's my boy name? That Tucker Carlson just did the interview with. Tucker Carlson. Who he just did the interview with? Ted Cruz. Yeah. So I agree with her like reaction to that. So yeah, that was it, man. Shout out Candace Owens, bro.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that stance of the Israel that is today, not the original Jews. And you know, it's interesting if you're a person that reads the Bible and knows anything about the biblical history. It's just like it's pretty obvious that these were not the original people who were Jewish, you know. But and that's why this whole argument and whole war is really interesting, because it's like it's clear like these were just some people from the Caucasus Mountains that end up kind of taking over, and then maybe, and I think they were a form of like Judaism at one point in a sense, but it's not the original Judaism to which that like they weren't the same Jews that Jesus was. You feel me? Like they weren't the same Jews that Paul was when they were, you know, when he was sitting there trying to at the time condemn, you know, people of the way. It's a completely different group of people that over time took on this ideology. And I don't really know what happened to the original, I guess, Jewish people, but I think actually I kind of have an idea. I think they were probably, a lot of them were in a sense probably exiled or, you know, forced to convert or things of that nature through the different times, because, you know, them being more melanated, you know, I don't know this for sure, but this is what I would assume. I ain't no historian and whatnot, but I said them being more melanated, they fell into more oppression, you know, and didn't really have the opportunity to be able to come together. They had to go more underground because it was obvious that they were a Jewish person, you know, because of just probably the way they looked at the time. And then, you know, I don't know, but moral of the story is I definitely agree with that stance that clearly the people who are there now is not the original Jews. I don't think Jesus looked anything like Aiden Ross, you know, like any of those people that, you know, the long nose and whatnot. And hey, I don't know where that came from, but yeah.
This is why this podcast is why it's going to be successful. You know, and we can go in on all different types of topics, man. The most ignorant stuff known to mind, but then we also give you like some real like intellectual, you know, some real conversations that we have here.
Facts. Yo,
I really want to see this video. My bad, Mo, for cutting you off. I really want to see this video, this press conference. I can't find it online. On YouTube at least. Go ahead, Mo.
Now I'm finna kind of pivot the topic to something completely different. Yo, y'all ever met a girl that had, like, I guess in a sense, you ever met a girl that had like an STD or something? And then, but like, let's say she had herpes, but it's like, yo, I got herpes, but I take these pills. So it's a very, very low risk of you catching it. So, you know, you would be fine if we was to hook up. Y'all ever like met a girl like that?
Yes.
Okay. And I have too, you know, and I guess, how did you like, was this a girl that you was like romantically like involved with, or like y'all were talking at one point and then she brought this to your attention? Like, how did you handle it?
So like I met her and then we were just kind of hanging out for like the rest of the day and stuff, and then it was night, and then we were just talking, we were just cooling or whatever, and then she hugged me, and then she gave me a peck, and then she was like, I don't know why I did that. And then, like, you know, after a while we kind of, you know what I'm saying, started. And then I asked, you know, naturally, just, hey, are you good? You safe? You got anything? Da. She said, no, I don't have nothing, you know, but I mean, I have occasional outbreaks. Like occasional outbreak, like around my, I think she said like on my lip or something like that. And I was like, okay. So I didn't kiss her anymore after that. And then just kind of prayed to God after that, for real. And then I seen her again one time. And when I seen her that time, you know, this was like probably 2022, 2023. So I'm still kind of like wearing my mask type deal on the planes. Well, I still wear my mask on planes. But I just put on my mask when she was there in the room. And she was like, why you got your mask on? And I was like, oh, you know, I just feel like it. And I kept it on the whole night, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had my mask on in the shower.
This minute.
Oh wait, so you were still like, you linked back up with her?
It wasn't intentional. It was like, this was out in Vegas. So I met her out in Vegas at a conference, and that was like the first happening. And then when things started, I was like, yo, you good? You clean? And then she was like, yeah, I don't have nothing. She's like, I get an occasional outbreak on my lip. I was like, So I stopped on that side. And then, you know, months later, I'm back in Vegas for the NFL draft. And I'm walking back to my room from the NFL draft first night. Thousands of people out there. I hear, Rashad. I turn around and it's her. And that's how it happened.
But I'm saying, y'all kicked it outside of the conference, or did y'all just like
that outside of the NFL draft?
I mean, yes, outside of the draft, like did y'all?
Yeah. But like I said, I kept my mask on the whole time.
You don't think that's kind of crazy though, to go link up with her and keep the mask, or instead of just not linking with her?
No,
that's insane.
And I'm leaving here with something. I'm in Vegas, you know what I mean?
Yo, that's
Folks said, "What's up?" Hey, when a blessing land in your lap, you just let it happen, man.
yo. I think it just took me a little while to process what you were saying. So you kept the mask on.
I kept the mask on the whole time, bro.
The whole time. Okay.
That's like I literally got in the room, put my mask on. Yeah. Kept it on the whole night.
And then like y'all still like things happen and then you just kept the mask on?
Yeah, son. Yeah.
Yo,
that's very wild, bro. I've never even thought to, even when Kobe was at his peak, I don't think I ever thought to do that, bro.
You don't see no look.
Come on now.
Yo, I feel you, my boy.
You don't see no outbreak.
No, I don't.
I see no Delonte West.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Delonte West. I hope he's
facts.
doing well. It's mental health awareness month. Shout out to Delonte West, but I hope he's doing better.
Making a joke about somebody having herpes and then being like, yo, shout out to him. It's crazy.
Yo,
shout out to Magic Johnson.
Yo.
No,
But,
not even being funny. Like Magic
how
Johnson.
do you handle it, Mo? Like, I feel like y'all cornering me right now about my experience. You know, Mo, for you, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie, Mo, if some girls that you don't ask me about that I know they've been burnt. I ain't mean to even say that like that.
Wait, what? Hold on. Wait, what? What you mean girls I to ask you about?
You
What
ain't
you
gotta
mean?
get into that on the pie, you know what I mean?
Okay. All right. We'll talk about that later. But okay, so in my situation, it was the girl. This was a while ago, a long time ago. I had linked with her, and like we had met, and then like I went over out by her crib, we chill, we're kicking it type shit, and we vibing, and then things I could tell were starting to escalate a little bit, but the vibe was there. Nothing escalated, but the vibe was there. So then she could feel it too. So then she was just kind of like, hey, before we go any further, I need to let you know. I was like, what's up? She was like, so she had I guess genital herpes, and she was like, yeah, I take medicine though, and so I haven't had like outbreak in and however long, and and then there's a very low chance. It was like the percentage wasn't low enough for me, but it was like keep it a buck. It was like I think she said like, what do you say?
I said the math wasn't mathing.
Yeah, she said like I think it was like a 17% chance or some shit. I don't know. It was something crazy. But I was just like, and she was like, yeah, but so like if we was to do something that like you should be fine, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah. I want to let you know beforehand, blah blah blah. And I was just like, yeah, nah, like she really tried to sell it, but I was like, nah, I can't do it. Like you cool,
but that's different. That's different though, because yours was, what I mean, genital.
Yeah,
mine was lip, mouth, oral. So
yeah,
I just kept on a mask. I had a mask on in the shower, like I said.
Nah, facts. I feel you on that, bro. Yeah, like, yeah, it could have like my situation is different, but yeah. But yeah, I was definitely super thrown off, bro. I was like, whoa, like never been in this situation before. But I actually have a homeboy who has it, and this is something that he has to have like a conversation with women about, because it's like, yeah, you got that shit, and he take medication, and that's one of the things that he has an insecurity about at times, because I have to explain that to a girl, which I would imagine is not an easy conversation at all. I pray to never have to have it. Therefore I'd be like, oh, like, hold on, like, you gotta be careful with who you with these days. Cause that was an eye opener. But yeah, it's shit crazy, man. Have you, Jelani, you ever had a situation like that?
No, but I've definitely put myself in some situations where I probably should have. Definitely should have. Yeah, no, I've definitely put myself in some wild scenarios, man. Yeah, no, I've been fortunate enough not to have that happen. But I know we joking around, but like, I mean, we in Atlanta, he's in New Orleans. Like, those are both cities where, especially in the Black community, where it's like, it's almost like a unspoken thing. Like, you don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you have to. You know what I mean? It's a situation where you got to explain to somebody like, oh wow, that's crazy. It was that
It's
time.
me at the NFL draft. You know what I'm saying? With this mask on. That's before I got back to the hotel room. I kept the mask on the whole night. The same black mask.
Yo, that's crazy. I can't even. Not to be like too graphic. I can't even at this point. If we not kissing, like, I can't even. I'm good, bro. Like, I don't even want to do it with a girl that I wouldn't kiss or whatever. But I get it though. It'd be like that sometimes. Sometimes it's just like, hey, bro, it's here for me. If I gotta wear this mask, I'm gonna thug it out.
Right.
Especially out there in Indianapolis. Like, what else are you gonna do out there?
Vegas.
You said, oh yeah, so I'm thinking about the combine in Indianapolis. Yeah, the draft was in Vegas.
Nah. But Giovanni, you were right though about like what you were saying about.
Oh yeah, my bad, I snapped you.
Nah, you good. But yeah, actually finish what you were saying.
Oh yeah, no, like it is kind of like, especially in these cities where the rate is higher, like, it's kind of, everybody's just out here and, you want to have fun, and, we talk about like being outside and all that, but like, you got to be careful, you know what I mean? Like, it can happen. You ain't got to be, you ain't got to be out here every day, every night with different people for it to happen to you. It could be like, you might only have like 4 bodies, and one of those 4 might be the one. Like, it's kind of it's a gamble, bro. So,
I'll say for sure, like, I've definitely been blessed, and I definitely am more cautious with how I move because of certain situations. Like, because there's been times where I just realistically have been around it, and it could have easily affected me. Like, because when in my early 20s, bro, I remember I was probably like 20 exactly. I met the girl on Tinder. I went over there to link, right? And so went over there to link, and I'm like, yo, like, let's get it, but she was kind of like, nah, like, like, she was just like, she feeling weird type shit, and I was like, okay, like, not with me, but like, she just like, her body is like not feeling right type shit. And I was like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm kind of like, man, this is some bullshit. I just came over here for nothing. This was a dead mission, blah, blah, blah. Man, like, I want to say like a week or 2 later, she like, we were texting, and then she was talking about how she was going. Like, it's just like, she's in a bad mental space, blah, blah, blah. What's wrong? She's like, yeah, I found out I got HIV. I was like, oh. Like, I'm just like, wow, like, like, yeah, like, if you, like, I'm glad you listened to your body and rejected me, you feel me? Because I was like, man, like, like, oh, sure, I can make you feel better, being a nigga, and like, like, I'm keeping a buck, but it's like, but it's like, man. And then I'll say I had another incident where, like, this one was actually like a couple years ago, where a girl who I'm messing with had, like, we stopped like linking and stuff, and it had been like a couple months at this point, but she had hit me up, and it was just like, hey, like, I got one of them texts, or like it was a phone call, I think, and she was like, "Hey, like I tested positive for, for like something. It was like chlamydia, gonorrhea, something, one of those. You feel me? Something you can cure, but and she was just like, yeah, I tested positive for X, Y, and Z. Like you need to go get tested, blah blah. And I remember I got that call. I was just like, what the fuck, like, bro, are you serious? Like, and so I'm like sitting there stressing, and then luckily, I didn't get it because I guess like it happened after me. You feel me? And I know exactly. And it was crazy. The person she got it from was like dude who was just way outside. Like I knew him, and it was just like, yeah. But it's because then he ended up giving it to this. It was the girl I worked with, and then it was like I worked with him too, and then he was like having sex with her and this other girl, and they ended up giving it to both of them. And I was like, yeah, I'm so glad I got out of that mix. Like, but yeah, but as I said, that's Atlanta though. This all happened in Atlanta. So it's you got to be careful out here, man. But
you want to talk about like classic days on social media, the day that like it came out about Gucci third leg and burning like half the industry, bro. Oh man, that was a day. I forgot the girl's name. I think her name is like Danye. Yeah, I think it's actually Danye. She got it the worst because she like kind of brought it to light by uploading a crying video of like, and everybody kind of made fun of her for it. This was messed up. I think the internet could be really cruel to women, to everybody, but especially women in moments of vulnerability. And it was like some other girl that Gucci third leg shot with, and they were like, but she was like really popular with the dudes, and they were like, no, not so and so. And then I think the woman they were talking about, the actress, she went on private after that, and everybody was like, say it ain't so. And yeah, they were crushed. That was a day on the timeline for sure.
Yeah,
I feel like it's not as in that industry. I feel like it's probably not as regulated as it probably was. Just because it's not like a real company. I mean, they still got like companies that do that, but a lot of these people just doing like independent, straight to the consumer type stuff. So it's not really. It's probably a lot of people telling people like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm good." Like I worked with so and so. You know what I'm saying? You see my video with them, so you could trust me. But that's not like because I remember when it first hit, like it was. I feel like it was a lot of women that got affected by that.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That you could like some jobs, like if you work at like a construction worker, like you could like get injured or something like that. Imagine that your job is a side effect possibly is that you might end up getting burnt.
Yeah, man. It's sad, man. You got to be careful out here, man. It's ruthless, and but as I said, it's Atlanta. One of the craziest things I ever heard somebody say one time, a guy, was like, man, like, you ain't out here really fucking unless you have at least one STD. I said, what? Like, I was like, bro, I guess I ain't out here for real.
That man Rory said it. That man Rory says that all the time.
Really?
Yeah, he said like, you really don't start living life until you get your first one.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
Yeah, that ain't the life for me, man.
I ain't gonna lie, it ain't been nothing but the grace of God, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Cause I've been, like Jelani said, I done made some dumb decisions, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Brian Tyree. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. Just dumb decisions, dog.
Yeah, I mean, what you finna say?
So I feel like I gotta do my Googles for that reference right there.
Yeah, go ahead and let both of us know. But
That's dude from Atlanta, right?
No, I got the wrong dude.
Okay, I was gonna say.
like,
That's the actor from the play papers.
From the Giants, David Tyree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I felt like that's who you was talking about, but I was like, that's not.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, no, it's. I'm thinking about it now. Like, I definitely, going forward. Like, I don't want to just, because it just don't be worth it, bro. Like, just wondering after, like, bro, why did I do that? Like, in the moment, it makes sense, but after, it's like, bro, like, I'm wilding right now. Why did I do that?
Yeah, especially, we all had those moments where you had the condom in your pocket,
That's happening. That definitely is happening.
Shout out to J. Cole. It's like, hey, what you finna say, Rashad?
Oh, I just said and Logic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I thought Rashad gonna be like, man, I ain't even bring the condoms now.
It just be in the same little wallet pocket.
How do you feel? Okay, how do y'all feel about girls who already got condoms?
Shoot, safe.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. When I was a teenager, like early 20s, I definitely used to think like, oh, she's a hoe or whatever. But now it's like, I get it, man. I'd rather you be prepared than not be prepared, I guess.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Like, hey, shout out to you.
It's worse things you can find.
You're outside, it is what it is, you know what I mean? But like, you came prepared, so that's the most important part of everything else,
No, facts. Yeah, man. Well,
hey. I thought we covered a wide range of topics in this episode.
No, for real. Yeah, man. Shout out to all the people out there, man. What you finna say?
No, I was just looking at the fact that they did like a post-game interview about this with DJ Academics and Aiden
Ross. Yeah.
That's a sick corner of the internet right there.
Facts.
But yeah, man. Yeah. Y'all boys go ahead, close it out.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter _Jelani, 2 underscores at the end. Yeah, I'm really about to. I feel like I've been saying this for a few weeks, but I don't got to go into work till later tomorrow, so I'm gonna definitely post like a few clips on the TikTok. I'm trying to do like at least one a day going forward, just so we can try to get that up and going. So,
bet. Well, appreciate it, man. I want to do a quick shout out, man. Hey, shout out to my little brother, Austin McNair. He just got some of his art just put in the Woolly Mammoth Theater Company out in DC. So if you're in the DC area, go check him out. Yeah. So very proud of him, man. My boy be doing big things, man. So just wanted to give a little shout out. And yeah, it's talking about Black unity. He was talking about how he had gave a little speech about it and everything. Just talking about how divided, we're more susceptible to be conquered and and to be destroyed, as people and things of that nature. But together, definitely we're our strongest, within unity. So I feel like that's something that a lot of people need to really take a heed of, especially the Kendrick fans out there. You feel me? We more united.
Oh, there it is. Oh, yo, Mo.
K-Boss finna be at your neck.
Hey, man. Hey, but it's real though, man. Y'all want to sit here and say Drake not really black because he didn't really go through the black plight. He got a daddy. Nah, but all right, okay, I'm that. But for real though, Hey, shout out to my little brother, man. But yeah, you can find me on X at monos__. You can find me on Instagram at rbmo___. And yeah, I don't know if you knew this, Jelani. I just did a little playlist. I call it playlist, man. It ain't really a tape, you feel me? A little playlist I threw on SoundCloud. Just something to, throw some music out there, 10 songs. They all pretty much a different vibe. So, just something to feed the streets with.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it, and I didn't know, but I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna let you know like which songs are my favorites. I'll send it to you in the group chat.
Bad. I appreciate it, man. I got more stuff on the way. Actual formal project gonna be coming in November. Yeah, called Sunset Anxiety. So you listen to track 1, you'll kind of get why it called Sunset Anxiety. But yeah, man. That's it for me.
All right, fellas. Well, appreciate the time so much, man. Another successful episode. Like Mo was saying earlier, covered a wide range of topics. Good episode. Shout out to everybody listening to the pods, man. I feel like I'm getting more and more people tell me about the pods each and every single episode. So that's a good sign that we're not doing this for nothing.
Oh, for you having people hit you up about it?
Yeah. Someone actually I told Mo, someone actually asked Mo, like, it was like, is Mo good? I said, what you mean? Dude, it was like, I was watching your podcast thing, and he looked like he was kind of sad or something. Mo be good. He probably was just like dealing with the internet that day. And she was like, oh, okay. And then somebody else, Malik, he was telling me that he was watching Mo's take about Kendrick. And he's like, yeah, I was watching 1 a.m. and that. So yeah, people
That's
take
dope.
notes, man.
That's hard.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, y'all keep listening, y'all keep watching, or else. But
no facts. We're gonna rebrand to a right wing podcast soon. That's when we're gonna go to the next level.
Hey man, it's gonna, like you said, take us to the next level. Like, those blacks, they think they're just so much better than us. LeBron James is terrible. He'll never be Michael Jordan. You know how like white people be doing that because they can't say like Larry Bird. No, Larry Bird's better than Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
Catch us at the next Morgan Wallen concert.
Yeah, Morgan Wallen, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I seen people, man, you talk about K-Bots, Drake's fans. Oh my goodness. They pulled up like old tape of black people line dancing to Morgan Wallen songs. I was like, bruh, please stop with the reaches. Please. But yeah. Everybody take care, man. I appreciate y'all for listening.
Hey, Obama would have never been able to end that war like Trump did.
Oh man. Here we go.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead and clip that one. That's one we're gonna go viral on that.
Going to the moon.
But hey, I was joking, y'all, but all right.
All right, peace, y'all.
Chicks on your APs, looking like weeds. Haven't seen